Welcome to Surf the Chaos.
Welcome to the 5th episode of the Surfing Chaos audio newsletter.
Unlike other newsletters, this one's built for busy brains and moving feet.
Because we respect your time, we want these to be short, focused, and worthwhile.
I am Stuart Young, and now my co-author Dave Pryor will provide you with a shameless product plug.
All right, so this is for a product we are not paid to endorse, but I just went through a program called AI Ready Certification. It is powered by IC Agile, or what is now called X2A. It was put on by C4G Enterprises, and John Tanner's the instructor, and it was great. It gave me a really good introduction into what it takes to introduce AI into an enterprise, and a lot of the concerns that occur before the AI actually becomes part of the equation. So some of the things you have to do to get ready for that. If you're a consultant or somebody just who's in the space trying to figure out how you can get to a place where you have coherence around how to talk about AI, this is definitely going to be something that helps you out. I got a ton out of it. It was only 6 weeks long. Great program. Highly recommended. There's a link in the show notes.
Nice. And that'll be over to me now to sort of tell you a little bit about what I've been up to and a bit of a shameless self-promotion. So I am now back from my travels to Finland and Scan Agile, which was super fun. It was great to be talking about those human capabilities in this world of AI. Created a nice little testimonial video that you can also check out on my site. As far as training goes, I'll be running a Scrum Alliance virtual advanced CSPO class on the 22nd and 23rd of April. And a nearly sold out, a nearly sold out virtual visual thinking microcredential on the 27th of April. So make sure you get yourself booked on. An in-person CSPO will be happening live in Birmingham on the 11th and 12th of May. And of course, I will be joining Dave in the wonderful country of Canada. We'll be going to Vancouver for the Global Scrum Gathering. You'll find me there drawing and talking and drawing from May the 3rd through to the 6th. Now, Dave, what is looping in your brain right now?
So the looping section is about something that is stuck in our heads that we can't let go of, and something that I have been spending a lot of time thinking about is what is the role of a project manager in the world of AI. So my background is project management. I consider myself a project manager still, regardless of what kind of work I'm doing. If you look at a lot of the options from the LLMs that are out there, if you ask, which parts of the project manager's job can be handled by an LLM, it is almost all of them. People say we still need a human in the loop, and maybe for now. But if the business people start to think that all of project management can be handled by AI, then what is the future of the role of project management? And when I show up now on a project that's AI heavy, what do I do? That's one of the questions that I'm trying to answer. So if it's something you're curious about or you have ideas about, please follow the link in the show notes. Send me a message. I'd love to hear from you.
That's interesting. Yeah, definitely is a hot topic right now. And that sort of takes us quite nicely, a little segue into the throwing bones section, which is all about future trends and very much aligned to what Dave was just saying. If it's not apparent already, we really want you to invest in the skills that matter. And this leans very nicely into a broader discussion around the types of skills that AI might well and truly automate versus augment. In other words, what skills will be taken away versus the skills that can possibly be enhanced with the help of AI. So, the best analogy I can give you is a driverless car versus driver assist. And of course, you don't want to become too dependent on augmentation. I'm still a lousy driver, and I think I'm getting worse. But in later episodes of this Surfing Chaos newsletter or our monthly Systems of Imperfection podcast, stay tuned on that.
Well done.
There we go. We'll be talking a lot more about this, and I'll be introducing you to the Epoch framework as we address those skills that AI cannot easily replicate or augment. Dave, what have you been up to recently?
Well, first, since you just mentioned Systems of Imperfection, I want to plug that. So we have another podcast in support of the book called Systems of Imperfection. It's a longer form interview style podcast where we talk with other people that we know who have found incredible ways to hack their own systems and develop power-ups that will enable them to optimize themselves as systems and show up the way they want to for the people around them, the people they work with, the people they care about at home. And Olivia Vick was our first guest, and she was absolutely awesome. So we'll have a link to that in the show notes. That's going to come out about every month. This podcast is sort of shaping up to be about every 2 weeks. So that's one thing that's going on now. I have classes coming up on April 13th. I'm going to have a CSM and a CSPO on April 16th. Those ones are coming up fast. I still have spots if you want a discount. Just hit me up, find my link in the show notes, and you can send me an email. I will get you a discount code real quick. Get you signed up to take the class next week. I have a PMP training starting on April 20th, and I'm going to tell you why I'm back teaching PMP after many, many years of not doing it. The division between the traditional or predictive project management world and the agile world is completely collapsed. And I think one of the things agilists can gain from learning through PMP certification is another language, another way of thinking. The people at the C-level in your companies, that's what they were raised thinking about, most of them. That's what they care about, the things they measure. They use to measure performance are all traditional. So getting that kind of a certification gives you a different set of lenses, a different way of communicating with people upstairs, people in positions of power. It can do nothing but strengthen your ability to be of service to the organization. I also have an ACP, PMI ACP bootcamp coming up on April 28th. Again, links to all of our upcoming classes and our event in Vancouver and Systems of Imperfection are all in the show notes. So now, with all of that out of the way, because I'm not going to forget this time we've recorded this, do you have anything else to share with these people about the book?
Well, you can also get a link to the book in the show notes as well. And of course, yes, with so much buzz at the moment for visual thinking, I thought it might be quite nice to share a little quote that is in our book from Tony Schwartz, who wrote his own book called The Responsive Chord. And he suggests that and proclaimed that communication happens when words and pictures resonate with your already inbuilt belief system. So communication and visual thinking, it's an enabler. And again, it comes back to that human factor. So again, get your visual thinking skills to improve collaboration and communication and alignment. There we go. Until next time, folks.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Surf the chaos.